On the news at 7, Nigerian military seeks support of FCT Minister Nyesom Wike ahead of the forthcoming African Military Games. And health experts advocate early detection and treatment to avoid blindness as the world marks World Sight Day. A very good evening and thank you very much for joining us on the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Mariam Abubakar Kana. As petrol stations commence dispensing fuel with the latest pump prices in Abuja, motorists want protection to mitigate unrealistic price hike by some petrol stations. Lydia Sampson reports.
We're at one of the filling stations here in Abuja, and as you can see, a litre is being sold at 1,080 naira. For now, petrol is sold at cost-reflective price. For most motorists, the pump price increase is a painful reality, adding to their economic predicament. Others believe with patience, the challenges will gradually fizzle out.
I've joined the queue, get to the fuel pump. They said the company's POS machine is not working. I have to go outside to buy cash on my presence. When after I give them, they now go back to the back door and sell it again to private POS operators.
Some fleet are selling 1,200, 1,300, 1,400.
They keep increasing the price on a daily basis.
We should calm down. Things are hard, we know. To buy fuel per price of 1,015 naira is not easy. But we should be patient.
The problem might be corruption. If you increase it, yet in the fleet station you don't see the product. But I want to let Nigerians know that within West Africa and in Africa, there is no country where their price of fuel is less than that of Nigeria. No, presently with the president rate.
President, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association says there are issues that must be navigated for a successful open oil market.
We have over 15 billion naira with NNPC retail. And they say we have to come and complete the money to the new rate. So that is the reason why we said, okay, if you cannot be able to give us this product at a normal rate, then automatically then you send our money back to our accounts so that we can be able to see we buy it through Dangote.
At the time of filing in this report, NNPC Limited was not available for comment. For now, where stations with products are dispensing, motorists are keeping their fingers crossed and keeping hope alive. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Ahead of the forthcoming African Military Games to be hosted in the nation's capital in November, the Nigerian military is soliciting the support of FCT administration towards ensuring the success of the sporting event. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu reports on the visit of the delegation led by the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Christopher Musa, to the office of the minister.
The African Military Games is a window that will attract military athletes from African nations to compete for laurels. Leader of the delegation and the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, says the visit is to solicit the support of the FCT administration.
This is the second edition. Nigeria is the second country that is hosting such a grand event. It is to showcase Nigeria in great light to the world, not only in Africa, but to the entire world, that Abuja is safe, Nigeria is safe. We're expecting over 40 countries so far that are coming with their armed forces to come here for a period of 1 week. Some might be coming earlier, and so we said we should come because, sir, you are the grand host, because you are the landlord. We want to leverage on you, sir, for a very, very successful and hitch-free. It is part of the renewed agenda of Mr. President, projecting Nigeria to the world.
FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says the event will not only boost the economic activities of the nation, but will also put the nation in a better perspective, pledging to provide the needed support to ensure its success.
The opportunity to showcase Nigeria, to showcase the Federal Capital Authority, this African Military Games that is coming up in November in Abuja will also showcase the city called Abuja, where over 40 countries will be participating. It is a welcome development. One, the economic activities. Two, it will also show that Nigeria is safe, Abuja is safe.
In the meantime, the minister has constituted a 3-man team to work with the sporting committee to ensure hitch-free event. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
For millions of people with disabilities, natural disasters can be catastrophic. There is, however, hope with a new initiative to change the narrative, putting inclusivity at the forefront of disaster risk reduction. Asaba Williams reports that this was the thrust of the stakeholders meeting.
According to the United Nations, 1 billion people worldwide live with disabilities. As disasters intensify, Acting Director General, FCT Emergency Management Department, Mohammed Abdurrahman says, the project aims to bridge the gap in the Director, Sustainable Family Health Care Foundation, Ogumain Peters, says, disasters do not discriminate, but responses from the public often do, which calls for the need to create awareness for people to partner relevant bodies to ensure there is inclusivity for all.
If you look at the number of persons with disability in Nigeria, how many people are employed? Are they in schools? They are not in schools. Nobody is supporting them. During flooding, who carries them?
We talk of disaster, we can view it from many aspects of life. It's not only when the building collapses. It's not only when there is fire. But there are things you can do to prevent people going into that.
It is a welcome development for those living with disabilities as they commend efforts of stakeholders.
Because with you, persons with disability will enjoy their potential and enjoy trust.
Resource persons emphasize that in ensuring equal access to disaster risk reduction, it is not just a moral obligation, but a collective responsibility. In Abuja, Asebe Williams, NTA News.
City Public Complaints Commission, Musa Diko, is taking a tour of the territory with a view to familiarize himself with the residents. The latest community visited is the Wuse Market, one of the largest business communities in Abuja. Hawagimba reports.
This outreach initiative demonstrates the Commission's commitment to understanding the needs and concerns to the market stakeholders with a view to identifying areas for improvement and providing targeted support to ensure the market continues to strive. It is worthy noting that Wuse Market in recent times was in the news over unrest which was put under control by the FCT Police Command to restore normalcy. This sensitization, though, is a welcome development showcasing the Commission's dedication to fostering a positive and productive environment.
Get ourselves acquainted with the management of Wuse Market. As issues come on board together, we will be able to handle them and tackle them with a mission to resolve them amicably without having conflicts among traders, unions, and the market management, and of course the general public. The Public Complaint Commission in the Federal Capital Territory is committed to ensuring that there is sensitization among citizens of Nigeria to ensure that there is peace and harmony as we live together, as we coexist, and possibly making sure that we change the narrative about Nigeria and Nigerians.
There is no society that is free from challenges. Be close to our office, that any complaint of any level comes to that box.
Chief Commissioner Musa Diko and his team are being commended for efforts at building strong relationships with the community. Hawagimba, NTA News.
The Unizik Medics Alumni Association, representing graduates of Nnamdi Azikiwe University's Medical School, has described the recently published requirements for the position of the institution's Vice Chancellor as low and unbefitting of the university's global reputation. Hakimat Aliu reports that the association gave this expression at a press briefing held in Abuja.
A recent newspaper advert for the position of the Vice Chancellor of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University published on the 12th of September 2024. According to the alumni, did not specify qualifications as statutorily required, instead listed the minimum skills and personal achievements. This stance has generated reactions from the alumni. President of the Unizik Medics Alumni Association, Professor Afiadigwe Evaristus, notes that the advertisement excluded medical professionals from contesting for the position, requiring instead a PhD, despite the fact that medical fellowship surpasses PhD in academic standing.
In a university where the first vice-chancellor was a medical fellow, the revered late Professor Festus Agabonwako of the blessed memory, who laid an impeccable foundation, a solid foundation for the growth of that university. And it is on the growth, on that foundation, that this university has grown to this extent.
The association also criticized the requirements for candidates to have attracted grants totaling 400 million naira, described it as unrealistic and unprecedented.
We find that very unfortunate for a standard of high learning, for an institution where excellence should be placed above everything. And we are presenting it as if our university is on a cash and carry basis, and that it goes to the highest bidder.
The association concluded by calling on well-meaning Nigerians and stakeholders to support its push for a transparent and equitable selection process. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
Recognizing the early signs and addressing the issue can help in reducing the cases of blindness in Nigeria. Aisha Obali reports that the 2024 World Sight Day focuses on the importance of eye care for young persons, especially children.
Thousands and millions of people globally are suffering from one eye problem or the other, be it cataract or glaucoma. But intervention from government, non-profit organizations and well-meaning Nigerians have continued to contribute to improving eye care of citizens in the country. Last year, key players focused on the theme, Love Your Eyes at Workplace. And this year, the theme says, Children Love Your Eyes, which highlights the importance of people protecting their eyes or vision. The World Sight Day is marked every second Thursday in October.
When you have one blind person in the family, it cripples at least two people in the family, because one person has to lead while the other person is following. So it's very important that we have our eyes checked so that our vision, as is good, every other thing can fall in line and in place.
The campaign of this year's World Sight Day is to ensure that children not only understand the importance of caring for their eyes, but also prevent eye impediment that can lead to the use of glasses, reducing social stigma.
So there are a lot of blinding eye conditions. However, with World Sight Day, our focus usually is to create awareness on preventing avoidable blindness. Why is it avoidable blindness? For instance, if a child has refractive error, we encourage that child or the parents of that child to recognize this and take the child to an eye clinic where the optometrist will screen and probably give the best corrective glasses for this child.
In the meantime, eye care has been identified as a critical component to unlocking educational and future economic potentials, and it remains the major reason why this year is focused on children's eye care. The FCT is not leaving its residents behind, hence the reason for the recent medical outreach across the 6 area councils to boost eye care of residents. In Abuja, Aisha Uba Ali, NTA News.
With a staggering statistics of Nigerian population coming down with mental health disorders, experts have charged governments and key stakeholders to act in prioritizing issues of mental health care in the country. Serafino Okonomekwe reports practitioners say that 1 in every 4 Nigerians is said to have suffered mental health disorders in their lifetime.
For people to optimally and efficiently deliver on tasks assigned in any sector of the economy, community, family, and workplace, mental health experts advise they must be mentally fit as there is no life without sound mental health.
There is never a better time to speak or to prioritize mental health than now.
Because it influences how we go about life. It basically defines our existence.
And for everybody who's a working class, we know how the economy has been, it has affected a lot of working class people. So again, this is a reminder that even in the workplace as adults, in the work that we do, that it's important to prioritize our mental health.
For operationalization and implementation of reforms in the health sector, key players call for increased budgetary allocation in investing and research for mental health care, prevention and management.
One of the major challenges they had was in imputing mental health conditions into the care. And the last review, depression, anxiety disorder had been incorporated, even though we noticed that the medications for those who have the illnesses are not often covered. But a recent review actually seems to have covered most of this, and that is meant to eliminate out-of-pocket expenses.
As Nigeria joins the global community to commemorate World Mental Health Day, on the average, every worker puts in about 8 to 12 hours at their workplaces. Thus, the theme, Mental Health at Workplace, simply advocates a conducive working environment, supporting persons mentally down as demanded by the National Mental Health Act. Serafina Okun Omekwe, NT News.
Let's now join our sports desk for Sports Brief.
Ahead of this Friday 2025 AFCON qualifiers between Nigeria's Super Eagles and the Mediterranean Knights of Libya, Super Eagles players have expressed readiness to defeat their visitors to claim 3 maximum points to consolidate their position on the Group D table.
We all know no game is easy in Africa. Even at your club, no game is easy. And we just need to fight and try to do our best.
We're in a good spot, but I will not allow complacency to actually set in. We still need to do more, we still need to improve.
We have players playing in the Champions League, we have players playing in the top elite league in the world of football. And I think that is where everyone wants to be.
Also understand football, you win some, you lose some, so it's just how you support us as. Everybody do mistakes, so just keep believing in us.
Meanwhile, the Mediterranean Knights have touched down in Uyo ahead of their must-win Africa Cup of Nations 2025 qualifying clash. The match, which is the third round of Group D qualifiers, is crucial for both teams as they seek to secure their place in the tournament, set to be hosted in Morocco.
Thank you very much for watching the news at 7. Do stay tuned for the translations. Good evening.
kama agbaje we shaje wo wona ya bi bada ya zakwe ba ku shagbe dai yiwa na ba shi ba bada wo mo president ba yuba woni wa gwa na ba je gayi ye shaibu onize ya na ba je titu le wa gwa na ba je gayi we dai enge abada kawida ye zana gban Major General Christopher Musa bado owa zaje ba ku be enge eyikiz na minister yes o ke atikin ba nai bai shi abo shi untu abada kauda nge ayofo na gbai ko bele africa ya bia dudu na be ya ba fo na epia ko bele ni mo mo apia minister wadaba nge gwamnati basbado mbai na ba ache ba bwa afo awe bai dagba fi kizina tige yenya haito lolo ko gudalo ishigbo nkizina yuku anabaji bwa nge commissioner nge wewei ina bwa washikpeje ganyi ya musa duku wala ya wei gbin sheba wei ka wei wo abo wei wo azakpe dada wei ka atutuwe na pitapia yin wo bala wo baku nya dide kizi de pata aje shaba maji aji zaza fi kizi de awaji bawada nge commissioner ya musa duku be ni nge wusa jiko na gbai wei ka azawe ya wei ka tubwa wei je abo sheba zaza lowo wei jaza ko na banwa na ba ajiko ji ba mi ba bwa atasasi na ba ajizaza kizi de ntu yiki abegibo ama agbaja na baji kuze yibe ji adowo o si shekwasi ipage shekwori yesu saiso
Mai kallo assalamu alaikum barkamu da kasancewa tare da ku a daidai wannan lokacin ni Shehu Abubakar zan karanto labaru haka nake cewa assalamu alaikum. Kafin gasar wasan sojojin ƙasashen Afirka ta kankama a watan gobe rundunar sojojin Najeriya na buƙatar goyon baya ga mahukunta na babban birnin tarayya Abuja domin a sami yin nasarar gasar. To wakilinmu Sha'aibu Yakubu ne ya rubuto cewa babban hafsan sojojin ƙasa na Najeriya Christopher Musa ne ya kai ziyara a ofishin babban minista na babban birnin tarayya Abuja tare da tawagarsa. Sabon kwamishinan da aka naɗa a ma'aikatar amsar ƙorafe-ƙorafe da ke babban birnin tarayya Abuja Musa Dukko ya kai ziyara a kasuwar Wuse, inda ya sami tarba daga manya da ƙananan 'yan kasuwa. Wannan shi ne karo na farko tun bayan da aka naɗa shi da ya kai ziyara aiki a wani guri. To duka-duka abin da ya sauwaka kenan a labaran namu na wannan lokaci sai idan Allah ya kai mu gobe za ku ga mu tare da wasu sababbin labaru. Ni Shehu Abubakar nake addu'a Allah ya mana arzikin mu kwana lafiya.
Ya gaziri gị nwafọ Igbo ndị ọma, anyị ji ohere anabata gị n'oge akụkọ nke na-abịara gị n'isi ụlọ ọrụ NTA nke Abuja. Were maka egwuregwu nke ndị ọrụ agha nke mba Afrịka niile gaji ime na nso nso a n'isi obodo Abuja n'ime ọnwa Nọvemba mere na ụlọ ọrụ ndị agha ala anyị na-achọ nkwado nke ọchịchị ogbe Abuja iji hụ na ya bụ mmemme bịara ma gaa nke ọma. Shuaibu Onozi Yakubu n'akụkọ a mere ka amata na ọ bụ onye isi ndị ọrụ agha bụ Major General Christopher Musa bụ onye duru ndị otu ya gaa kpọtụrụ onye minista nke na-ahụ maka ogbe Abuja bụ Nyesom Wike. Onye akpọlitere n'ọkwa ọhụrụ ịbụ kọmishọna nke na-ahụ maka mkpesa nke ndị mmadụ gasị n'ogbe Abuja bụ Musa Dikko amalitela ijegharị na gburugburu isi obodo ala anyị ịhụtagasị ndị mmadụ ka ha makwara onye ọ bụ. N'ihi nke a kosiladị mere na ahịa Wuse bụ ebe ọnọdụ ahịa na-ejupụtagasị na ndị azụmahịa bụ ebe ọ gara kpọtụrụ ndị mmadụ ịhụ ka ya bụ ahịa si aga n'iru. Ọ bụ onye nta akụkọ anyị Hawa Gimba webatara akụkọ a. Igbo ndị ọma ọgwụla ka ọha anyị n'ọnụ na akụkọ nke na-abịara gị n'oge awa. Abụ m Ngozi Teknik ka anyị rahụ ma tete n'udo.
Ẹ kú dédé àkókò yìí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa.
ìròyìn rèé láti iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìjọba àpapọ̀ NTA Channel 5 ní ìlú Àbújá. Abímbọ́lá Ọlábísí lorúkọ tèmi ń jẹ́. Ṣáájú eré ìdárayá